stage, whatever you wanted to, and then save the world. Why? The world isn't gonna win.
He has such an ego, you know, that he's not calling for help.
Goddamn Okafor! I never lost my son. I lost myself. You brought me back. My wife brought me back.
Oh, really? The Carl button? You just have to mention him, and
We're the sword that gives life. One unstoppable life. We're not dead. You are.
You're back. You're back. That's you, Rick. But another soldier, you know, another dictator is gonna take his place.
We'll talk later.
Beep-a-dee-pa-poo-pa-poo, beep-boop-beep, beep-boop. She can't, she's not like that. To just think about herself, to not try to do anything to stop what is happening. Have a good day! Bye-bye! No, it's not blood. Okay, Rick. Not her.
We can't go home. Not yet.
Okay,
No.
you just killed two people, Rick, she killed one.
We have to stop them. Because we can't stop them.
You can bust a boy on that.
Yeah.
What's in it?
Oh man, it's time I missed. Now seeing our kids growing up.
You never met your own son.
I know. I think about that time. I just want to go back.
Something bad is gonna happen and he's not gonna be able to go back at the end.
We are bad.
I want so much this reunion, but clearly it's gonna happen.
This is the shit we do.
Season 3 of this show.
I forgot. I have something for you.
A new sword. Come with us. Tell me it's gonna work. Tell me it's gonna work. Tell me it's gonna work.
Where's Beale? I know you lied to me. What did you do? Rick.
If you're staying there, you're all gonna die.
You are going to go back inside. And you are going to undo whatever you did.
It's too late.
And when I find Beale, you're going to regret this.
Oh. You know it's too late.
Never died. Won't stop it. Can't stop.
They destroyed that plan. They didn't destroy the city, the entire system in place. It's already great, but they destroyed that plan. Yes.
How did you get to him? I didn't give up. I didn't give me up like you did. It didn't look like he's dead.
No.
Love doesn't die.
I'm sorry, son.
Love doesn't die.
Between you and them, their love. Okay, but how did you protect yourself? Yo. Okay. Can we check the biting situation? Really, I have Carl PTSD. Finish her.
Left hope. Beale was wrong.
Free movement has been established for the Republic. Citizens are now free to leave at will, and the city will now welcome new citizens as they may arrive. With oversight
Yes?
of the-
You're coming back home with an helicopter? No! No! Everything turned great and the reunion is... What? Rick, don't let Rick like that. Can't you see him? He's really just next to you. Judith. You're so big now, Judith.
I knew it, Dad. I knew you were still out there. I just never wanted you to feel alone.
I thought I was. Then I realized I wasn't.
You got him back.
You took me to.
Archie! Meet your dad! The brave man!
Here's a brave man.
I am.
You are.
He is. But maybe you can call me Dad.
I need you to come back.
How?
I believed.
Oh, I didn't know we would have this reunion, like... What the fuck? I told you guys during the intro, I don't make any research about the show, you know, before the end of each season and before one season, like during the season, I'm not making any research. And even before, you know, I'm trying to make little research, like I'm trying like how to avoid spoilers. I don't know about the casting. I didn't know that we would have Jadis. I didn't know that we would have Gabrielle, and clearly I didn't know that Judith and RG, we would have them during this episode. I told you that my theory for this episode and for the end of this episode, it would be that they would manage to disturb, maybe destroy this big meeting, but something bad would happen and I don't know, one of them would be taken away or something like that, and that it would end with the radio, you know, making a noise, and maybe having Judith's voice like, "Are you there?" You know, something like that, like a little light, a little up during a desperate situation, a teaser for season 2, something like that, and that really, yes, it would happen like that, like right there, to have an end like that. I'm like, okay, it's only one season, in fact, The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live. The Walking Dead, Dead City, The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon, they were made to have a season 2. They are written like that and they are finishing like that. This season 1 of The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live, is finishing everything. The main narrative arc with this big meeting, with the CRM, with this voice telling us that now they're gonna live happily, you know, free will, all of that. Son is dead, Beale is dead, all of this plan was destroyed, is finished. The evolution for the characters, you know, for Rick and Michonne. Rick is fully back, being himself, Michonne found him. They're engaged right now, and we're finishing with them coming back home. Oh, I'm sorry, my mascara, clearly. You know, they're coming back home and they're reunited with their kids. Like, that's it. They're not letting anything for season 2. Everything is closed. Everything, you know, everything is closed. All of the stories, all of the evolutions of the characters, all of the things that we were waiting for. So now I'm gonna make that research. We're only gonna have one season, right? Is intended to be the end of the line for the limited series, but the door has been left open for more. Okay, so for what I understand, it was written, this season 1, to be only one season and to be the end of all of this story about Rick Grimes, but the fact that they're not dead, both of them, that's why it's letting open the door, you know, for maybe a season 2, maybe more than that, but clearly with an entire new narrative arc, with something else and all. Like, if this season 1 functioned well, if the viewers, the public is there for a season 2, they can create a season 2, maybe more than that, but it's going to be based on something new. And really, it was on purpose that they closed everything at the end of the season 1 to close all of that thing about Rick disappeared, it's Rick returned. Like, really, this season 1, Rick the return, that's it. He returned as himself, he returned back home. That's what I understood, you know, by making a quick research right there. And for now, apparently, no season 2 announced or anything like that. Oh, this end really shocked me, and I'm feeling exhausted because really I didn't expect this reunion at all. I loved it, for sure I loved it. Judith, she's a teenager now, like she was a little teenager at the end of The Walking Dead, the original show, you know. Right now she's almost at the end of her teenager era. You know, the fact that we had this little moment before with Michonne being reunited with her kids, and then they took the time to make it, you know, a reunion for each kid, you know, with Rick. For sure it's great, and it's better in fact than a messy situation with all of them reunited at the same time and all. But for sure during some seconds I was like, the guy is just next to you, you know, the one that you are expecting since so long, like what is happening right now? But Judith and Rick reunited, it was so great, it felt so great. The fact that she never gave up on that idea that at some point he would come back. She knew that he was out there and all. She's turning to Michonne being like, you found him, yes, because I told you that I would do it. Oh, it felt so great. And then RG calling him the brave man. Rick asking him to call him dad. And the fact that RG, even if he never met his dad, he always believed that his dad would come back home just because everyone was saying so, and he believed inside of his heart that he would do it. It felt so great. This reunion felt so great, but I'm still shocked that it happened, and it was so great. Them coming back like that, you know, with an helicopter and all. Oh, it was perfect, it was so great. Okay, let's talk about everything else. For sure, they were coming only to have information about this big briefing and to take the dossier, and that was all. For sure, it ended with them doing more than that, meaning killing Beale, killing that dictator when Rick discovered all of what he decided on his own. He was taking all of these decisions on his own, like a real dictator, to destroy an entire city, to kill an entire population. All of that idea, you know, about saving just the kids, burning everything to have everything back from zero again, being okay to sacrifice an entire community for that. I understand Rick, why he did that. And clearly when Michonne learned what they were doing, taking all of these kids far away from their families, the fact that they would destroy all of these families by killing the parents and letting the kids like that far away from their home, their parents, without telling them the truth. All of what they were planning to do with these kids, for sure Michonne would want to intervene. The fact that this meeting was happening with everyone, all of these big persons right there, the fact that we had all of these bombs, you know, at the same place, the fact that no one was keeping an eye on them and all, for sure it was a good thing for us, you know, and maybe a little easy. But I'm glad that they did it, that they destroyed that entire place, meaning that entire plan. Because with only Beale, you know, the major being killed, I was like, there is still some and other soldiers who truly believe into all of that, so they're gonna continue it. So for sure they had to destroy everything to kill all of them. Son facing Rick, for sure with what we knew about Son, it's not that easy to kill a character like her, but also with all of what we knew of her and how much she believed into all of what was said, you know, this entire system, they didn't have any other choice. Like, she truly believed into all of that. She would have gone for it no matter what. She would have killed them no matter what for it. Like, they didn't have another choice. I liked a little, you know, that moment, that confrontation, Michonne, Son, about Michonne, you know, screaming to Son that she didn't give up on Rick, that Son gave up on Rick by letting him turn like that, you know, all of that. I thought that it was well thought, you know, about who truly gave up on Rick, who truly let Rick give up on himself. And that's what also I said about that moment when Son said giving up, in fact, it's not losing and all. She was saying that about giving up on yourself, it's not losing because you're thinking about the big picture more than yourself, so it's okay to give up on yourself because of that, for something bigger and all. I'm not okay with that, but I'm okay with to give up, you know, during your life, you know, on some little things, to give up on things in general. It doesn't mean that you're losing, not at all. Sometimes it's best to give up on something because it's gonna make you have something bigger, in fact, at the end. Also, maybe sometimes that thing was not for you at the beginning. Like, it's okay to give up sometimes into your life on things because it can be better for you, in fact, at the end. But you should never give up on yourself, okay? This episode was really, really well done. On screen, it was truly well done. The music environment, you know, was not too big, but participated a lot on making this episode really intense, really stressful. I appreciated it a lot. A lot of good ideas behind the camera, how it was filmed and all, the pictures, the movements of camera, they were so great. All of the actors played really well. I'm thinking of Son and Beale, who were amazing, really. And like I said, for how it was written, everything was great. Better for some little things, like for example that reunion at the end. Minor details can feel a little too easy and all, like for example these bombs, no one keeping an eye on them and all. But there are details, so I'm okay with it. In fact, I think that this final episode is representing well my opinion on the entire season. Well played by all of the casting with a lot of really good moments, you know. I'm thinking of Michonne during the episode 4, I'm thinking of Beale during this final episode. A lot of good ideas behind the camera, a lot of good moments, you know, on screen with the pictures and all. Music was great also during the entire season. For how it was written, for the evolutions of the characters, everything felt logical and with a lot of good ideas. Judith's death, I appreciated it. A lot of things like that. Nat's character was really well written also. For the story itself, everything felt logical, a little rushed, but they didn't have a lot of episodes. Minor details which are not functioning, which are too easy, but there are details, so I'm okay with it. So see, for me, this final episode is representing well the quality of this entire season. A good casting, good pictures, good episodes, well written, minor details, maybe a little less, you know, maybe some little mistakes, but they are minors and they are details, so that's okay. And yes, surprises, reveals, good ideas, ghosts from the past. It's cool, it's really cool. So maybe we're gonna have a season 2, maybe not. And if not, I would be okay with it because we had that reunion at the end. They gave us that reunion at the end. I think that it's for that, you know, that they are giving us that reunion at the end. Not knowing if they would have had, you know, a season 2 or not, they preferred to close everything and to really finish the return of Rick Grimes on all sides, you know, all levels. So if they have a season 2, it's really gonna be about Rick Grimes back at home, you know, and new stories back at home, stuff like that. Could be great. But it's gonna demand more budget, in fact, at the end of the day, because it means that we're gonna have a casting, you know, more important, with people that we know, you know, more of them. We'll see about it. Cool, really cool. Tell me, what did you think about this final episode? What did you think about this season? What you would think about having a season 2, tell me that. I'm interested by it. And again, if you want an extended reaction part without playing with opacity for this episode and for all of the episodes of The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live and Dead City, Daryl Dixon, the original show, Fear the Walking Dead, all of that, you have my Patreon for that. You can subscribe only the level 2. For The Ones Who Live, at least it's enough. It's only €5 and it can be a way to support me and to have these advantages. Okay, it's all for you out for me for this season 1 of The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live. So it's all for me for now, so bye for now. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine?
Hey.